official video of 𝐸MGuard. Isn't it amazing that, in less than 90 seconds, it clearly explains to you the problem and also the solution. So if you noticed in the video, they clearly say that when you turn on the 𝐸MGuard, it gives you a coverage of 8 meters of diameter. Okay. Now let's look at the specs of the product itself. As I mentioned earlier, 𝐸MGuard technology is patented. There are two patents, in fact. Okay. The first patent, as I mentioned, is actually to improve your blood circulation. Okay. The second patent is it harmonizes targeted high frequencies electromagnetic noise radiation up to 1 gigahertz. Okay. Some of y'all, it could be just, you just bounce off, right? But okay, just a second. I'm not sure what's happening. Okay. So if you look at it here, um, I'll explain to you guys what it means, okay, in the next coming slides. Okay. Coverage range of up to 4 meter radius or 8 meters of diameter. So that's basically the coverage, 8 meters diameter from where you place the 𝐸MGuard, okay? A 4 meter radius. Let's just go with that. So it's easy, 4 meter radius. Um, USB Type-C power supply. So it's a very simple connection. You can plug and play, carry the device with you anywhere you want in your car, office, you're in the shopping mall, you're watching a movie, was mainly at home. Okay, so make sure that you use the cable that comes with the 𝐸MGuard because the pin is a bit longer than the usual Type-C that you find in the market. Okay, so please make sure you use the cable that comes with the 𝐸MGuard. Okay, that's one thing. And it's a very lightweight product. I even carry it with me in the flight. So I'm protected throughout the journey. Okay, if you want to watch that video, you can just type aircraft and 𝐸MGuard on YouTube. You will find my video. And for some of you are looking for all these resources, at the end of the slide, if you stay put till the end, I will share with you all the resources that will help you get started and start sharing with people already. Now, why remember I spoke to you about 𝐸MGuard suppressing radiations up to 1 gigahertz. Now, why are we focused on suppressing radiations up to 1 gigahertz? According to the new FCC exposure limits, the human body absorbs RF energy more effectively at certain frequencies, and the strictest regulations applied in the range of 30 megahertz to 300 megahertz. So, what does this mean? So, the FCC says that the human body absorbs the radiations or the frequencies at the most in the range of 30 to 300 megahertz. Okay, now this is what the body absorbs. Okay, and to support that, we have this report from an Indian research scientist. Actually he has mentioned the frequencies of the different organs in the human body, and you can see they are all within the range of 30 to 300 megahertz. So there's a lot of radiation in the environment, okay? But what you actually resonate to is in the range of 30 to 300 megahertz because your body also operating at this similar frequency. So when the two same frequencies meet, they come in contact, they create a resonance, which disturbs the cells and damages the cells. Okay, and here I have a video that explains that. So you can see the two different frequencies. The vibration from this does nothing to this because it's too different. But the moment he uses the same frequency, he creates the vibration, the disturbance, those waves or the frequency creates a disturbance with the other frog, making the ping pong ball to move. So all these waves and frequencies, radiations, they travel in a sound wave. Okay. Now there are most of these most of these noise radiation can't hear them. That's why you need special devices or equipments to actually detect the presence of this. Okay. So here we have a scanning guide. This basically detects the density, the power density of the electromagnetic noise radiation. Okay, and according to FCC, anything about 200 microwatt per square centimeter is not good for the body. Okay, and this is the detector. So if you see, yeah, if you see, this is the detector. Okay, it's very, it's available. I think, or the office will guide you how to get one. Okay, the local branch office. However, this detector is used to detect the source of the so-called electromagnetic noise radiation. Okay, so let's watch this video.
detector, the RD9300.
And this is actually in an electric car, by the way. If some of you are wondering, this is an electric car.
Now this detects the radiation levels coming out from this car. So I'm going to switch it on and you will see the radiations going off the charts. You know why? Because everything about this car is electric and everything it emits is EMR, electromagnetic radiation. That's not good for the body, right? Be it the steering wheel, the instrument panel here, and even the floor, because the floor is filled with electric panels. And what I also have here with me is the 𝐴𝐵, the patented technology from 𝐏𝐫𝐸, Japan. So I'm going to keep my detector on and plug in the 𝐴𝐵 here for you guys to see the effects. So if you are ready, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Did you see that? It just went straight to 0, making the people who travel in this car protected at all times. So that's why I always like to say, change your environment, change your life.
Yeah, that's me 9 months ago. And you can see that, I love electric cars a lot, okay, because of a lot of other reasons. But they come with a lot of dangers, right, in terms of these radiations. Because, if you're driving around, especially I live in Dubai, and in the peak hours, it could just go anywhere upwards of 90 minutes to 180 minutes. You could be stuck in traffic. Okay, that's how bad the peak hours get. And can you imagine sitting inside this entire capsule of batteries, right? The effect that it has on your body. And that's why we have a lot of people using this on the electric car. They've seen a great improvement, from with their migraines or their the aches, the leg pain. They sometimes they say that they feel very exhausted for driving, right? So yeah, I can understand if it's a petrol or a fuel, a gasoline engine, but then if it's an electric car, it should be convenient to drive around because it's made for that. But the harmful effects of the batteries. And I've done a similar video with aircraft as well, like I told you, you can see that. And this is one detector that we use. I will tell you what the detector is actually detecting.
Radiation.
And this is another tool that we use to check the presence of all these radiations in the environment. Now, the previous detector shows you the source of the radiation. So you have to point it closer to the source. Whereas this one, with the use of the antenna, it picks up the noise patterns in the environment. It shows you the kind of pollution that you are living in, actually, electromagnetic radiation pollution. So let's watch this one.
So I want you guys to see. Just zoom in on the phone, Ben. You can just take a look at this. I don't know if you guys can hear it. So the software is connected to a dongle that connects to an antenna. And the antenna is receiving the interference around this room. It's unbelievable. Take a look at the chart. It is crazy. Absolutely crazy. We have not seen this anywhere else. Okay? So now what we want to find out is, if we have the 𝐴𝐵, what can it do to us? And what can it do for us? So it's not connected. Now, I'm going to put next to the SDR software. I'm going to turn it on. In 3, 2, 1. Look at the wave spectrum. It's gone down. I'm going to unplug the 𝐴𝐵.
Talk about this suppression.
All right. Take a look at the suppression, guys. Here, take a look at the suppression. Boom. With the 𝐴𝐵 turned on.
Yep. So this is another tool. It's a very beautiful tool. All you need is an Android device because the software doesn't work. They don't have the app on iPhone. Okay. So you need an Android phone. And then the software, the app itself is about $12. So you get it installed on your phone through the Play Store. And then you need the dongle with the antenna that you get for about $30 to $40 on Alibaba. So all of these details are mentioned on the Telegram group, which I will direct you to later, direct you to join in later. Okay. So this tool, you can clearly see that everything, whatever you see here in the bluish pattern, that's actually the noise levels. And if you notice, the noise levels are actually in decibels, and they are minus 30 or minus 40 decibels. So it's ears you cannot listen to this without using the speaker. That's why the speaker was amplifying the noise, okay, the sound. But when you plug in the 𝐴𝐵, you saw the suppression, it suppressed. Okay, so that's another tool. I use this a lot, and I just show this to people, and they want to buy the 𝐸𝐵𝐴D because they see live the suppression.
So I want you guys to see.
Now, let's watch this video. Now, this video is basically a combination of the first and the second detector because you don't need to buy an Android phone. The screen, the display is on the device itself, and it's a good one. Okay, it's a good one. I've seen this, I've used it. So let's watch this.
Today, I'm going to introduce to you another SDR device, and I think this device is a far more superior device to do the 𝐸𝐵𝐴D installation as compared to the radiation detector 9300, because we found out that the 𝐏𝐫𝐨𝐝 SDR device is not affected by static discharge or static interference. Therefore, this device can effectively detect the suppression harmonics coming from the 𝐸𝐵𝐴D 4 meters away from this device. Now I'd like to invite my colleague to bring the 𝐸𝐵𝐴D 4 meters away from this SDR device, and I want you to see currently the SDR software is detecting the noise radiation coming from the background and is about -71 dB in average. And I want you to look at the waterfall spectrum, it's green in color. Now when I turn on the 𝐸𝐵𝐴D 4 meters away from my SDR device, you can clearly see that there is a suppression going on, and now the average scale is at -91. And this is about 31 to 32 times suppression as compared to the original one, and the waterfall spectrum has turned from green to a clear blue. Okay, let me do another contrast. Let's turn off the 𝐸𝐵𝐴D. As you can see, the software is capturing the background noise radiation coming from the antenna. And as soon as I turn on the 𝐸𝐵𝐴D 4 meters away from my device, the suppression registered by this 𝐏𝐵𝐴 SDR software. Alright, and this is a very good tool for you to do the 𝐸𝐵𝐴D installation. Thank you.
Yep. So this tool that you see here is very easy to use because it does everything. You don't need to connect it to an app or anything. You know, you don't need an Android device. So all of them, by the way, they do one thing. And what is that one thing? That's what I'm going to show you. But I think there are a couple of questions which I've already asked. I need more clarity on, Leon, I need your clarity on the 𝐸𝐺𝐸 device. When you say 𝐸𝐺𝐸 device, what is it? Because the only 𝐸𝐺𝐸 device I know is the 𝐸𝐵𝐴D, right? So I don't know which one you're referring to. Regarding the 𝐏𝐵𝐴 SDR, the link and specs are available on the Telegram group, so you can just look for it on your local marketplaces. You should be able to find it. Later, I will just send you a link that's Amazon.com or .uk, I believe. You can just look for the same specs and get it. It's about $100 US approximately, the 𝐏𝐵𝐴 SDR software, the gadget itself. Okay, now what are these detectors detecting, and why can't we use just any other so-called EMF detectors that are available in the market? Now I'm going to explain that. Okay, yeah. Now this, okay, the 𝐸𝐺𝐸, okay, the detector, you mean the detector? Okay, that is sold by 𝐸𝐺𝐸, the RD9300. No, because they're not connected to each other, right? When you use the Android versus the 𝐸𝐺𝐸 device, would the 𝐸𝐺𝐸 device go to zero? I don't understand your question, so if you could rephrase the question to me, it'll be helpful. Okay, now let's look at this scenario here. Okay, but I think Leon, what you could do is maybe just stay with me till the end of the presentation. Probably you get clarity on your question. Yeah, clarity. Yep. Okay. All right. So if you see most of the homes, we have all these gadgets all around us. Okay. Now there are three types of radiation. Like I told you previously, not all forms of radiation, not all of them are bad for the body. Okay. But what are we actually detecting? The first radiation that you will find in your living area or in your environment, in your home, is what we call the electromagnetic field. Now, this is generated from the AC power or the alternating current. Okay, this is from the electric cables that's running all around your home, the wires. Okay, from the distribution, that the electricity distribution box. Okay, now this by itself is not bad. Okay, but let me tell you something. Let me show you the second one, and then I'll tell you. The second radiation is called signal transmission radiation. Now, this is actually all the radiations and the signals or the frequencies coming out from all the antenna devices, all the gadgets that communicate with each other. Okay, so that's there are devices or detectors in the market that detects the EMF, the presence of EMF or the presence of signal transmission. Okay, but what are we actually detecting? Okay, and if you buy these detectors and turn on the mGuard, don't expect those detectors to go to zero or whatever, because mGuard does not stop your electric current flow, or it does not affect your signal transmission. That's why we are still connected today, okay, in spite of my mGuard being turned on. Okay, so that's why the detectors that you find for these to detect these kind of radiations and not useful for you to do the demo, because that's not the job of mGuard. mGuard is not suppressing these two things. But what is mGuard suppressing? mGuard is suppressing all of this. Everything in red. Everything in red is actually a byproduct or the discharge cost from these two radiations or these two frequencies. Okay. So that is what mGuard is suppressing, and this is what our bodies absorb, because the signals, they have an intent, they have a purpose. Okay, they're all intentional signals. The electricity, there's an intention for the electricity to be supplied to all around the house. But then these, of course, you understand that energy. There's a lot of discharge. There's a lot of byproduct, unwanted release. Now, those are all lingering in the environment. Okay, lurking around you, and you absorb all of them because those frequencies are the same as as our human body frequency. Okay, so that is what mGuard suppresses, and that is what the detectors are detecting. Actually, the detectors detect everything in red. Okay, so just to summarize, I've seen certain videos, I've seen certain clients of mine, certain team members of mine asking me question that why can't they use a detector in the market that is um, checking the presence of electromagnetic field. Now, I'm sure you know the answer that, the I've seen some videos where they actually take a EMF detector and they put it closer to the phone. It shows you a certain reading, and the moment they plug it to the charger, to the cable, plug the phone to the cable, to the charger cable, the EMF reading goes higher. So it's common sense, right? You're giving it electricity or giving it current. So of course the presence of EMF will increase, right? But of course, the EMF going higher, that means there's a lot more discharge. And but the detector that they use in all those videos, they're not detecting the presence of this electromagnetic noise radiation. Okay. So that's why. And can you imagine if mGuard suppresses the radiation, suppresses the signal transmission, then it will act as a jammer, and no government body will approve such a device. Okay. So that basically is the difference of what the detectors do. And to go a little bit deeper, all the three detectors that I showed you, the RD9300, the Android app, okay, and also the Baje SDR, they all are detecting this everything in red, and that's why when you turn on the mGuard, okay, you see a suppression. You see a suppression. Okay, and the detector, the RD9300 going zero, it does not mean that all the radiation in the environment is suppressed. It only shows that it has suppressed the targeted frequencies, targeted noise radiation, or the targeted noise radiations are all of those in red. Okay, so all of these noise radiation that is generated from all these gadgets, when you turn on the mGuard, it utilizes harmonic frequencies to effectively suppress targeted electromagnetic noise radiation between 3 megahertz to 1000 megahertz or 1 gigahertz, because they're the same thing. Okay, within a 4-meter radius. This harmonizing method achieves a balanced atmosphere while preserving the natural ambient frequencies. So you can clearly understand here that mGuard just works on suppressing the harmful electromagnetic noise radiations that our bodies absorb. Okay, all the other communication signals are of different frequencies. That mGuard doesn't interfere with all those frequencies. Okay, and the detector is mainly used to basically detect the presence of all these radiations, because otherwise, there's no other way you can actually see these radiations in the environment through our naked eye. Okay, so that's I hope that answers pretty much most of your questions. Okay, and to go a bit deeper, I want to show you this report from a very prestigious university in Malaysia, of School of Pharmaceutical Sciences. And what they did was the intention of this was to detect the effective range of radio frequency, that is RF, white noise suppression of the electromagnetic noise radiation harmonizer, nothing but the 𝐸𝐺𝑎D. Okay, they're talking about the 𝐸𝐺𝑎D. Okay, because it's a scientific report, they have to use the scientific term of the device. Okay, now they set up the device in 4 homes, 2 offices, and 4 labs. Okay, to basically check the range of coverage of the 𝐸𝐺𝑎D. Okay, or the range of suppression. How far can it actually suppress? Okay, now this is the report we got, and you can clearly see that it has over 99% of suppression. Okay, in all the locations. Okay, actually in most of the locations, more than 95% at least. Okay, suppression up to 6 meters of coverage. So that's the conclusion actually that we got from the report, that the 𝐸𝐺𝑎D electromagnetic noise radiation harmonizer successfully reduced unwanted electromagnetic noise waves between all these frequencies, because they are all the frequencies of the human body, right? In all test environment until a 6 meter coverage. Okay. So that's why if you see that 𝐸𝐺𝑎D, we say 95% suppression, whereas the report, it shows more than 95% suppression. Okay. So that clearly shows that 𝐸𝐺𝑎D covers more than 4 meter radius, but Energic wants to underpromise because every home is a different setup. So we don't want to overpromise. Okay. However, some families, they've reported to us that they get a coverage much wider than that. Okay, but let's just stick to 4 meters of radius or 8 meters of diameter so that we don't overpromise. Okay. So you say 4 meters, and if they get 6, 7, 8 meters, then it's good. Great, right? I've personally seen in open areas it even covers about 12 meters of radius. Okay, so that's about the product. Okay, it's a simple product to just plug and play, carry it wherever you want to go with this. How many of you see a huge need for this product in every home? Type 3 in the chat if you see a huge need for this product in every home. And let me tell you something, this is not a new product, although it's new for most of you, but the technology has been in research and development for over 15 years now, since 2008, I think almost 16 years now. And only after that, they received the patents, the 2 patents. That's why there's no product like this in the world. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So that's why I say that, don't educate your people. Okay. First of all, you get educated. Okay. And I will give you all the resources later at the end of this presentation, just in another 15 minutes or so. But before that, I just want to tell you guys something that there have been people that are experiencing a lot of good effects after using 𝐸𝐺𝑎D. Okay. Things like better sleep. Um, it helped with their headaches, migraines. Okay, so those kind of things. Okay, and the reason why I say that better sleep is because I personally noticed it myself too. That all of us, and I'm sure we all are guilty at some stage or the other, that when we sleep, we keep our best friend close to us. That is our mobile phones, right? And some of us even sleep with all the gadgets. Sometimes, the watches, the smartwatch, and everything. We sleep next to it. Okay, and all of them are emitting radiation. And can you imagine 8 hours a day we are just spending time to sleep? But that's the time your body should go to rest. But because of all these noises that you can't hear, but your brain can feel it, right? So the brain doesn't rest throughout the night, right? But when you have the 𝐸𝐺𝑎D, because of the suppression of all these harmful radiations in the environment, right, your brain is resting during the sleep so that you achieve a good REM sleep. People talk about REM sleep, right? 2 to 3 hours a day is a night is when we get the proper REM sleep. So you can achieve that REM sleep. And when you sleep well, you wake up fresh, you conquer the day, and then you sleep again fresh. But if your sleep is affected, then you wake up groggy and lethargic, and the whole day just goes slow, right? So that's why I really feel that 𝐸𝐺𝑎D is a must in all homes, offices, schools, airlines, hotels, everywhere, literally everywhere, clinics, and all of those places. So, what's the investment for a device like this? The investment is 1480 US dollars, one-time investment. This is pre-tax. Okay, at the moment, MCARD is available in a lot of countries like Malaysia, Singapore, Hong Kong, Philippines, Thailand, Australia, the whole of Europe, UAE, okay, and UK. Okay, so the other regions, slowly the company is rolling it out every month. I think they keep launching in new countries. But at the moment, most of the countries have the M card available. And I have people that don't live in these countries, but they want M card. So what they do is they get it from someone that lives in the country. For example, if my friend is in the US, okay, there's no M card available yet. So if they want it, they either buy it from here, from Dubai, or maybe from Sydney, from Australia, okay, or from Malaysia. But they can buy it on a local person's name, okay. So if you're a resident or if you're a citizen of the country where the product is available, so the product can be purchased on the local person's name, and then you personally ship out the product to your friends who don't live in these countries, right? So it doesn't stop you from building the business in other countries. Okay. And the reason why people should go through this, by the way, it's not a challenge because, when I got the Kangen machine 8.5 years ago, we had to fly to Malaysia to pick up the machine and bring it. Okay. Sorry, I stressed on the fly. Okay. Because, it was it was a big thing for us. Getting the machine itself was a big challenge. Okay. But we got it, then fly to Malaysia and pick it up. So the reason why we did that is because first of all we needed the product. Second of all, I saw a huge potential that I would be one of the first few people doing this in India. I wanna be the one, right? So for those of you all that are not that where MCARD is not available yet, right? I would say you have an unfair advantage over the rest of them in your region. So you can move mountains. You don't need to move mountains. Very simple. Just find someone locally in that country to pick up the product and send it to you guys. Simple. And then you start doing demos, create awareness. And by the time MGARD is available in your region, your team will be the one placing the orders the most. Right. So that's why I'm sharing this advice. By the way, we'll take 2 minutes for you guys. If you have any questions, we can take 2 minutes now to address those questions. So please type in your questions. Okay. And if you don't have questions, but you're really excited to bring it to everyone, okay, we also have a part where I'm going to show you how you can build the business. Now, for people like, is it Sonita? Yeah, Sonita and Anja. Hmm. You guys stayed around. Good. So I just want to ask you guys, did you guys get value from this time that you spent with me, Anja, Sonita, and also those of y'all who are seeing this presentation for the very first time? Okay, did you get value? Yeah, you can just say yes in the chat if you got value and if you learned something. Thank you. Thank you. I'm looking forward to hear from the people that are first time new who've joined me because I'm sure those of you all already got in the MGuard or you know about this. You attended my sessions before in the past. I'm sure things get clearer as every time you attend. But for the new people, yes, thank you. Yeah, all right. So as long as you have questions, just put it in the chat. We'll take it at the end of the presentation. Okay. So for those of y'all who really want to build this business seriously, I want to invite you to come for this workshop. Okay. The reason why I stress on this a lot is because I know how much it helped me build this business. I was 21 years old when I started this business. I had no experience in sales, marketing, nothing. Okay, but all of this that I learned from the workshop is what helped me grow faster. And those of you all in Magic already, I was able to become a 6A in less than a year. Okay, at the age of 22. Today I'm 20. No, I'm not 20 anymore. I'm 31. Okay, so I can't say that I'm in my 20s anymore. Okay, well, I'm not worried about that. But 8.5 years now in the business, I have in excess of, I think, close to more than 86 in my team already. Okay, so all of that I attributed to these workshops. Okay, especially the first one. Okay, and the second one is purely about MGuard. Okay, so you get to know everything about the MGA, the what do you call that? The product technical team will be there, and you also learn from other successful distributors that are actually building the MGA business in their own region, in their own countries. Okay, so that's why please do come for this. Okay, take the QR code and see you all. It's less than 50 US. Those of you all who are coming, it'll be a great experience for you. That is something I can assure you. Okay, now let's talk about the company itself. Now, some of you are already part of Enagic, so these kind of things, this presentation could be something that you've already seen before, but I'm sure you'll walk out with a new perspective after my presentation today. So, these are the global offices of the company. And do you know how lucky we are to be part of such a big company? Because if you have to build such a big empire in all these countries, have 43 offices in 26 countries around the world, take a guess how long it's going to take you, or can you imagine the money, the kind of investment that you will need to build such a big empire? Now, when you start the business with Enagic, from day one, you get access to all these offices, all the staff, everything, without having to spend anything extra more than what you've already invested in. Okay. So that's something good. And how do you become a distributor? Once you get a product, you can become a distributor. It can be any product. Since we're talking about MGuard today, you can even get started with MGuard with as much as 1500 US. Okay. And what makes our company different? We are a 50-year-old Japanese company, time tested and proven, endorsed by top doctors, the Kangen machine, the proven world-class Kangen water machine has been endorsed by more than 6,500 doctors in Japan. Initially used in hospitals in Japan, 1974. Domestic unit was launched in 1994. 5 years of warranty on the best-selling Kangen machines. 3 years warranty on the other models, and for the MGA comes with a 1 year warranty. Okay, now once in a lifetime purchase, 20 to 25 years is what I say, because the oldest machine is already 30 years old, but I want to under promise. That's why I say 20 to 25 years. Offices we have in all these countries. So that's a beautiful thing that the company has already created a platform for all of us to build a strong business in all these regions. Okay. And you don't have to pay any rent or anything to run the office. The company looks after all of it. Now, what do you need? What do you need to do as an Enagic distributor? In the business, there are no monthly qualifications. You don't have to meet certain criteria every month for you to retain your position. No inventory or stocks to keep. The company does all of it. No annual renewal fee, no yearly subscription fees. Okay, so you just invest one time on the product. Group accumulative sales. What does this mean? Now, all your sales that you have done from day one is actually counted for your rank advancement. And let's say in many companies, when you take a break and you come back, you have to start from where you previously, sorry, you have to start from scratch in many other companies. But with Enagic, you start from where you previously stopped, or you continue rather. Okay. You don't have to start from scratch. So that's something I really love. And by the time you take the break and you come back, you can look at your team. Your team would have grown even bigger than what it was, when you took a break. Okay. Global business. This is my favorite part. You can build this business anywhere in the world. Patented compensation plan. There are more than 200,000 direct selling companies in the world. Enagic is the only company that has patented the compensation plan. So what is the benefit for us? No other company can copy the plan, and even Enagic cannot change the plan. So it protects us as distributors. Okay, so that you can confidently talk about the business, knowing that the business will still stay around long after we are gone also. Right? So that's the beautiful part. That's why I talk about this legacy income inherited, because everything that we do today, you know that you're not just building it for yourself, for your own lifestyle, but you're leaving behind a legacy for your team to grow in, to what you say, for your team, for your family to benefit from. Okay. The warranty for MGuard is 2 years. That's only in Europe. That's only in Europe. Yeah, because European law requires us to have minimum of 2 years. And the product price is slightly higher in Europe also, proportionately. Yeah, because of that. Okay, all right. Thank you for the statement, Mehdi. Yeah, and I hope it clarifies for the rest of us as well. Now, untapped market. Now, when I say this untapped market, right? Some of y'all might be wondering, what do you mean by untapped? Everyone that I know already owns a Kangen machine or anything. Let me tell you something. Regardless of which country you live in, which city you live in, okay, the company itself celebrated their 1% market expansion last year. Okay, so there's a huge potential, regardless of which country you're in. That is with the Kangen machine. When you look at the M Guard, many of the countries don't even have M Guard. Many countries were just launching the M Guard now. Okay, so I want to introduce to you this perspective of having a look at Enagic in a completely new perspective. I want to imagine you're starting a new business altogether, and we call it Enagic 2.0. Okay, now the perspective here is: what if you knew about Kangen water before it was launched globally 20 years ago? Would you like to be the initial pioneers in the business? Yeah, many of us want to be the starting few, right? However, we can't go back in the past and change. We can't go back and change the past. But with the M Guard, we have something amazing that you could be the pioneer in your region, and based on your activity, your team could be the largest selling team for MGuard in your region. Okay, that is possible. So that's why I want to give you this gift of this one. Okay, not the car. It's a time machine actually. Time machine not to send you in the back, but send you to the future. Okay, so that you know that everything that you do today, right? What if you could actually see the future? Okay, you could actually see the future, right? Sometimes the future could scare you, sometimes the future would fuel you to move forward, right? But I want to tell you something that it is not you're not here today because of your past actions. I truly believe that you're here today because of the vision of who you want to be in the future. So if you want to really be the number one contributor for MGuard in your region, right? If you work towards that vision one day or the other, sooner or later, you will be there. Okay. So the biggest I was with one of my mentors, my one of my most important mentors. His name is Grant Cardone. I'm not sure if some of you all have heard of him. Okay, he's known as the 10x man. Okay, so I was just with him yesterday, and he was telling me that he's constantly dissatisfied with himself, right? Although he has over $5 billion of real estate that he manages and all that. So that's why I want to share with you guys here that no matter what you've achieved in the Enagic business, right? There's always a lot more to achieve. There are 8 billion people in the world, right? Only about less than 3 million homes have Kangen machines. Only less than 15,000 homes have MGuard. So can you imagine the huge potential that is lying in front of us? Okay. So now let's look at the different types of commissions and different types of bonuses the company pays out. So today I'm going to focus on the first one and the long-term career path. Okay. And there are several other bonuses the company pays out. So the way how the company works is basically we are highly product driven, and we have a great business model to support that as well, to support the distributors. So this is yourself, and you're free to make as many direct sales as you want. There's no limit to that. And when your direct customers, when they buy in, some of them want to also promote the business. When they do that, you get what we call indirect sales. Okay, so just remember this. Okay, direct plus indirect equals to group sales. We will be using this in the next slide, so please remember this. With indirect sales, you get overriding commission. Okay, overriding commission. So remember that as well. Now, this is basically the commission for 1A. So every product, the company sets aside a certain amount to be paid out as commission. Now, as a Kangen member, that is, if you already have a Kangen machine, Ukon or an ESPA, for every MGuard you sell, you earn 85 US dollars approximately in your own currencies, okay, as a 1A commission. But if you've joined in with just an MGuard and you're only selling MGuard, then you earn 65 US dollars per MGuard. Okay. So what does this mean? This means that because MGuard is less than is about 2.5 times the price of sorry, um Kangen machines are 2.5 times the price of 𝐿, right? So of course, it is only fair for the company to pay a bit more for those that have invested a bit more. Okay. So with the 𝐿, once you join in with an 𝐿, okay, regardless of the Kangen machine or 𝐿 you sell, you earn about 77%, which is about $65 for 𝐿. And for the Kangen machines, for every Kangen machine you sell under the 𝐿 account, if you don't have any of these products associated with your name, then you earn 77% of the commissions for even the Kangen machine. Okay. This is just to be fair to all those that have invested a bit more, okay, in the product. But the moment you buy a Kangen machine and as for 𝐿, then for all the subsequent new sales, you start earning 100%. That is basically $85 US dollars for the 𝐿 and the full commissions for the Kangen machines. Okay, so I hope that's clear. Now today, because we're talking about 𝐿, let's just assume that your new people have come in with an 𝐿 and they're only selling 𝐿. Okay, so let's calculate with $65 as the base 1A. Now there is no education bonus for 𝐿 as a 6A and above. 1 unit sale count. So basically, you can become 5A with just 50 𝐿 sales. So that way you can scale up or you can move to the higher ranks quickly. But for the 6A and above calculation, every 𝐿 is counted as half a group sale. There's no pass up or pass up system. It follows the 8-point commission system like the Kangen machines. No E8PA member discount. So E8PA is a program from Enagic. There's no discount for the 𝐿 from E8PA. Okay. All right. Now, this is on how much the company pays you on your direct sales. Direct sales are your direct customers. So on your first and your second direct sale, you earn $65. Okay. That is a 1A rank. On your third direct sale, you go to the next rank and you earn $130 US per 𝐿. Okay. From the third direct sale onwards. Now, how long does this go on for? This goes on until the next rank, which is 3A. You earn $195 US after 10 group sales. Now, who can tell me what is group sales? We saw this in the previous slide. Please tell me, who remembers? What is group sales? Oh, nobody? Okay, group sales is a combination of direct plus indirect. Okay, the 10 sales can be all your directs or it can be a combination of direct and indirect. Once you achieve 10, the next direct sale you earn 195 and the next rank is 4A, you earn 260 after 20 group sales. So you must do another 10. So since you already have 10, for 20 you do an additional 10 and after that you become a 4A and the next rank is 5A, you earn $325 US after 50 group sales. And then the next rank is 6A. You earn $390 US after 200 group sales of 𝐿. Okay. Now these are all on your direct sales. Now just remember this. Depending on which line your indirect sale comes in, you earn the commission according to that. So if the sale comes in from your 1A line, you earn $65. If the sale comes in from your 2A line, you earn $130 US. If the sale comes in from your 3A line, you earn $195 US. Okay, and there is no, like I told you, there's no time limit to achieve this. You can do this in 1 year, 6 months, even 1 month. Okay, it's possible. Okay, we have people becoming 6A in 2 weeks, a little more than 2 weeks, 16 days. Okay, so if they can do it, and not one, two, a few of them. Okay, so we all have the potential to do it. If I can become a 6A in less than a year with no business experience and never done any sales before, and for a product that is 2.5 times more price than the 𝐿, right? Think about all of you, right? In fact, to sell 200 𝐿s, honestly, you need about 100 homes. Okay, because even on an average, if everyone buys 2 𝐿, that's about 100 families, 100 homes. But usually what I see is people buy 3 𝐿s, right? Because 1 or 2 for their homes and then 1 for their car. So average is about, 2 to 3 𝐿s. Some homes are even more. Like I have a family that bought 8 𝐿s because they have a huge house. Okay. I have people that have bought 10 𝐿𝐲𝑠. I have schools that have purchased 𝐿𝐲𝑠. Things like that. Okay. Yeah. Now let's move on to the indirect sales. Do you have any questions so far? And for those of you all that is new, do you like what you see? If you like what you see, please type 5 in the chat. And if you see that there's a lot of money to be made, type 5 in the chat. Type 5. Right? And don't look at the money and think it's a small amount, right? It's proportionate to the price of the product. Okay. So with the Kangen machine, probably in a family, you could just sell one Kangen machine, right? But with an 𝐿𝐲, the same family, you could sell a few 𝐿𝐲s. Okay. So imagine on your 4A, you sell 5 𝐿𝐲s to a family. That's more than $1,000 just from one family. Okay. So that's the thing. And yeah, so that's about the direct sales, and the indirect sale component is more or less the same, where basically, like I told you, depending on the line the sale comes in, you earn the commission according to that. So I'm just going to breeze through this quickly. So your first two direct sales, you earn 65 because they're your 1A rank. On your third direct sale, you earn 130 because it's a 2A rank. Every time when Tom makes a sale, you earn 1A, which is $65 because it's coming from your 1A line. So you earn 65, 65, 65. Now on your fourth direct sale, you still earn 2A, which is $130 and not 195 because you don't have 10 units yet. That's why you earn $130. Okay. So the good news here is when Kim makes a sale to Ali, Abu, and Annie, you earn 130, 130, 130 per unit. Okay. Now, when you count all of this, there's a total of 10 machines or 10 𝐿𝐲s sold here. After 10, when you make a direct sale, you go to the next rank. You earn 3A, which is $195. Okay. You're welcome. Welcome, Hilde. Right. Now, every time when May makes a sale, you earn $195. Every time when Alex makes a sale, you earn $65. And every time when Annie makes a sale, you earn $130. Okay. Now, how long does this go on for? This goes on until a certain rank where basically the company pays out the 7 points. Out of the 8 points they set aside per unit, they pay out 7 points. So there is 1 point left for you to earn. So for Don's machine, you earn 65. For Don's 𝐿𝐲, you earn $65. Okay, not 130 because the company wants to be fair. They don't overpay, they don't underpay. Okay, that's why they've been able to stand the test of time for over 50 years now. And then when John makes a second sale to Dave, it's the same logic. You earn 1 point. When John makes his third sale to Dan, John earns 2 points. These guys earn 2 each. So out of the 8 points, the company has paid out 2, 4, 6, 8. When 8 points are paid out completely, there's nothing left for the company to pay you. So for Dan's machine, you don't get paid. This is what we call a non-8A sale, a sale that is out of your 8 points. Okay. Some of y'all could be worried about this. Some of y'all feel, okay, it's not a problem. Okay, but let me tell you something. When you see 0, all of this has already happened. Okay, and Ali, Abu, they have not started selling yet. When they sell, you can override even deeper. And all these sales have helped you rank up. So you have only made 5 direct sales, but because of the concept of indirect sales, you have 20. Now, once you have 20, the next direct sale you make, you get promoted to a rank called 4A, where you earn $260 per unit. Okay. And the same way, after 50 units, when you make a direct sale, you earn $325. And after 200 units, when you make a direct sale, you earn $390. Now, this is basically on the direct and indirect part, and this is only the first of the several types of commissions. Okay, just understand that there's a lot of money to be made, and it's a great potential. Okay, great potential. Okay, on an average, let's say even if you just earn 2A commission for all the 200 𝐿𝐲s, okay, 2A, that is 130 times 200. Can you calculate how much it is? 130 times 200. I think is $26,000. Yeah, approximately $26,000 for an investment of $1,500. Okay, it's more than I think 15 times at least. Yeah, more than 15 to 20 times. Right? So again, let me tell you something. You can do this in a year, in 2 years, is 10 times at least minimum. I mean, 10 times is like given, but let's say 20 times of what you've invested. Good return on investment. Do you guys feel it's a good return on investment for a business person to do? Because no matter how good the product is, if the product doesn't sit in people's homes, it's just a piece of plastic. It's just sitting in the warehouse. The product is not manufactured to sit in the warehouse. The products are manufactured to sit in people's homes where they can enjoy the benefits of the product. So, as much as you should talk to people about how good the product is, but don't miss out on the opportunity to share with them how good the business is also. Because, sometimes our energy products are too good that it overshadows the business. So people, don't give much importance to the business aspect of it. But if you look at it carefully, both of them are equally strong and powerful aspects. Okay, the product and the business. So let's work on both. When you go to the gym, you don't just work on your right side, you work on your left side also. If you just work on your right side, okay, you will be off shape. Right. So that's an example I want to give you, to help you build the business. And if you do it the right way, and you become a 6A, and then you help more team members in your group to become 6A as well, the company rewards you more. So as a 6A, you earn $3,000 one time. And then when you help at least two people in your team become 6A on two separate lines, you become 6A2. You earn $6,000 one time as a 6A2. Then as a dash two, you earn $12,000. Then as a dash three, you earn $25,000 one time, and you start earning $5,000 monthly plus other incentives. Now, by the way, on an average, in a dash three position, people earn anywhere between um, 6 to 8,000 US dollars approximately. Okay, because there are certain performance requirements, which is very basic for people to achieve. Okay, provided you're active in the business. Okay, easily you can achieve it. Um, Let me tell you something, that there are people that are even exceeding the performance requirements, so they get paid proportionally. That's why sometimes people ask me, "You show me it's $5,000 here, but how come some people are earning more than that?" Because they've exceeded the performance requirements. Okay. And there are a lot more other commissions that get unlocked once you become a dash three and above. And can you imagine you become dash six where you earn 200,000 one time, $20,000 every month? Now, I'm not sure which countries you all are from, but in most countries, $20,000 every month is good income, right? Is a decent income. Who agrees with me? Type number six in the chat if you agree with me. For 6A2-6. $20,000 a month, apart from other commissions, is a decent income. Yeah, 6. Yep. So that's the thing, guys. And the beautiful part about this is once you achieve these ranks, let's say something happens to us, we can pass it on to the next in line in the family. Okay. So next in line, or whoever you desire to pass it to. Okay. Yeah. All right. So that leaves me to the last slide. I talk about this workshop already quite a lot, and I would just encourage that you come along, come along, don't come along, don't come alone, come with your team. Okay. Come along with your team members, because if they also have the same clarity as you, it becomes easier for you to build a business. It becomes faster, and you will be the power team in the region. Okay, so that's my wishes for you. And for those of y'all who really gotten a lot of value from these sessions, we do these sessions every week, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, same time. Okay, so the numbers have dropped a little because we've moved the time up from what you say. Um, by 3 hours, I believe. No, by 2.5 hours, we moved it up so we can accommodate people from the east as well, that is from Australia and everywhere. Okay, so what was the thing I wanted to tell you? Yeah, so there will be a session tomorrow as well, same time. Ensure you bring your people. I won't be the one doing it, okay, but we have another great speaker who will be conducting it. Okay, I will see you guys in the next meeting whenever possible. But just make sure that you fill in the room with all your people. For those of you all that have any questions, this would be a right time to put in your questions so I can answer before we can close. And those of you all who stay till the end, this is my gift for you guys, the QR codes. Okay, the new slides and everything are being uploaded, so please kindly allow us some time. Okay, thank you for your patience. So this is the QR code for the Telegram channel. So once you scan it, you get all the links for all the files and the things that were shared even before you join. Okay, that's the official 𝐿Guard Telegram channel. Then we have the official website for 𝐿Guard, and then the Google Drive where we all have all these slides. What do you call the test reports and everything, okay, that will help you build the business. So that's it. That brings me to the end of the presentation.